Ooh, so here is the whole chicken puff pastry, guys. This is Taz and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to make the world's biggest chicken puffs and I'm very excited for that. So chicken puffs is a very popular snack or appetizer in India, especially in South India. It's available at most of the bakeries in South India. So for making chicken puffs, we'll be using puff pastry sheets and we'll stuff it with chicken filling. So we can also use other kind of fillings like eggs or even vegetables. So for making the biggest chicken puffs, I'll be using whole chicken. So first I'll be cooking the whole chicken in the Instant Pot. I'll be pressure cooking it for 10 minutes and then I have to thicken the onions and tomatoes, make into a thick gravy and stuff it into the puff pastry sheets and bake it for like 25 minutes until golden and crispy. So are you guys excited? I'm really excited. So let's get started and let's make world's biggest chicken puffs using whole chicken. Let's first make the homemade marinade to marinate the whole chicken. So into a bowl, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon ginger garlic paste. So I added fresh ginger and garlic and ground it in a blender jar. 1 teaspoon chili powder. You can add up to 1.5 to 2 teaspoons based on your spice level. I'm also adding 1 teaspoon Kashmiri chili powder. So this will give a nice red color, and 1/4 teaspoon turmeric powder, 2 tablespoons coriander powder, 1 teaspoon fennel powder. If you don't have fennel powder, you can skip it. I'm also adding 1/2 teaspoon cumin powder, 1 teaspoon garam masala, 2.5 teaspoons salt, adding 1/4 cup water and combine the spices really well and make into a smooth paste. So it should be a thick smooth paste. So the homemade marinade is ready here. Here is the whole chicken. So this is around 1.5 kilograms or 3 pounds. So I've cleaned the whole chicken really well and rinsed it under running water. So next I'm going to add some lines over the breast and also on the thighs and chicken legs. Next, let's spread the homemade marinade over the whole chicken. So wear a gloves and massage the marinade over the whole chicken. So the reason why I added lines, the spices will get into the chicken really well. Here is the marinated whole chicken. Cover the bowl with a cling wrap and let the whole chicken marinate for at least an hour. So this will ensure all the spices are well absorbed into the whole chicken. Next step is to thaw the puff pastry sheets if you're using frozen ones. So it will take at least an hour for it to thaw at room temperature. So these are square shaped and pretty large ones that can wrap the whole chicken. I'll be using 3 large yellow onions. So I'm going to slice these in my food processor using the slicing blade so that the onions will be sliced really thin. Here are the sliced onions. And look how even and thin they are. So these looks beautiful. Into the stainless steel pot, let's add all the ingredients. So I'm going to add 3 yellow onions that's been sliced, 2 tomatoes chopped, On top of the onions and tomatoes, let's place the marinated whole chicken. So this has been marinating for an hour. Pour all the marinade on top of the whole chicken. Close the Instant Pot with its lid and make sure the pressure release valve is secured well. So select the pressure cook setting and let's set the time to 10 minutes and the pressure should be at high. So setting the time to 10 minutes and at high pressure. So let's pressure cook whole chicken for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes of pressure cooking, let's do a quick pressure release. So I'm going to lift the pressure release valve. So it will take a couple of minutes for the pressure to release completely. So let's now open the lid and here is the pressure cooked whole chicken. So this whole chicken is 1.5 kilograms or 3 pounds. So in 10 minutes of pressure cooking, it's cooked well. It's not overly cooked, but this is what we want. We don't want the chicken to fall apart. So if you cook for longer time, it could fall apart. So next I'm going to remove the whole chicken from the stainless steel pot. For that I'm using a tong and also a spatula. So gently remove it. You need to be very careful. So I'm trying to hold this well and lift the whole chicken. So I almost got the hold of it and here comes the whole chicken out of the pot and keep it aside on a plate. So as you can see, there is enough liquid in the pot. So next I'm going to thicken the gravy. So here is our pressure cooked whole chicken. So let it rest. So over here I want to thicken the gravy. So this is watery. Let's turn on the saute setting. So the temperature should be at medium and click start if you're using Instant Pot Ultra model. So let the gravy thicken. So I'm going to cook for a few minutes. So it will take around 20 minutes to thicken the gravy. We need the gravy to be really thick without any water. Here is a tip for 1.5 kilograms of whole chicken, 10 minutes of pressure cooking. It was almost cooked. It was not overcooked, but if you find your whole chicken to be undercooked, you can place the whole chicken to the onion tomato masala and cook it for a few more minutes. But make sure the chicken doesn't fall apart. We need the chicken to be intact. After 15 minutes of cooking, the liquid has almost thickened, but I want this to be really thick. So I'm going to cook it for another 5 more minutes. So after like 20 minutes, this is how the gravy looks like. Almost there. There is a little more liquid in it. So I want that to be thickened as well. So I'm going to add 1/4 cup of chopped cilantro and cook it for another 5 more minutes. After 25 minutes of sauteing, this is how the gravy looks like. It has thickened. This looks perfect. So this is the tomato and onion gravy. So I'm going to take the pot out of the Instant Pot. So keep it aside and let it rest and let it cool down for a few minutes. So next I'm going to crack an egg into a bowl and beat it well using a fork or a whisk. So this is the egg wash we'll be doing over the puff pastry sheet. So keep it aside. So let's preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius. It will take a few minutes for the oven to preheat. The puff pastry sheets have thawed well, so let's take it out of the box. You will need 2 puff pastry sheets. Here is the thawed puff pastry sheets, so please ensure it's not overly thawed, then it can get sticky and stretchy. So this is a square shaped large sheet and it can cover whole chicken. Use a large baking pan or sheet. So line that with parchment paper, and next I'm going to place the puff pastry sheet over it. On the puff pastry sheet, let's spread the onion and tomato gravy. So this is thickened. It should not be watery, it should be really thick. So spread it evenly over the puff pastry sheet, and it has to be cooled well also. So I have spread the onion tomato masala really well over the puff pastry sheet. Next, let's place the whole chicken at the center over the onion tomato masala and make sure the chicken has cooled down. And next, I'm going to cover the whole chicken with the second puff pastry sheet. So be very gentle and careful and place it over the whole chicken. So the puff pastry sheets, make sure it's not thawed really well, it can get sticky. So this one is perfectly thawed so that I'm able to cover this. Gently stretch the puff pastry sheet and let the ends of both puff pastry sheets meet. Gently roll the ends so that it's sealed well. So this is to ensure the ends of the 2 puff pastry sheets are sealed well. Using a fork, gently press over the ends, so this will give a nice pattern. Here is the whole chicken stuffed in puff pastry sheets. So next, let's do the egg wash using a pastry brush. Spread the beaten egg evenly over the puff pastry sheet. So by doing this, when we bake this, it will give a nice beautiful golden color. If you don't do the egg wash, you will not get the golden color, so don't skip this step. Here's a tip: if you're seeing the puff pastry sheets are tearing apart, maybe where the whole chicken is, you can do some patching. So that's what I did. I found a tiny hole, so I just patched it. So this is perfect. So next, let's place this into the preheated oven, preheated at 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius. So place it on the lower rack and let's bake it for 25 minutes. I couldn't help, I kept peeking through the oven glass window. So it's baking and it's turning crispy and golden. After 25 minutes, I'm going to take the whole chicken puffs out of the oven. Ooh, so here is the whole chicken puff pastry, guys. Here you have it, guys, world's largest chicken puffs, and it looks absolutely stunning. So look at the outside, it has turned golden and crispy. So I've cooked the whole chicken in the instant pot. I pressure cooked for 10 minutes. Then I thicken the onion and tomato mixture, so it shouldn't be watery. The onion tomato mixture, it has to be really thick when you place it on the puff pastry sheet. And then we have to place the whole chicken and cover with another puff pastry sheet and bake it for 25 minutes. This is definitely going to be a showstopper dish for any kind of party. So if you have any special occasions or parties, this will make a great dish. So do give this recipe a try and let me know your feedback. So if you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be back with more exciting cooking videos. Until then, happy cooking, take care, and bye. So now it's time to cut this. So I'm going to cut the legs. I'm going to have the chicken leg piece. So the chicken has cooked really well and the puff pastry has turned very crispy. So let me enjoy this. It's very crispy, and the onion tomato gravy, it tastes really good too. So this is a perfect dish. So I'm going to take this out. So this is the chicken legs. Yum. So good. So guys, do give this recipe a try and make the world's biggest chicken puffs. Enjoy!